stream title. Alright, we've expertly changed it from Oko sucks to Oko still sucks. Hello everybody, welcome. Welcome to the stream, or to the YouTube video if you're watching this later, I guess. We're back playing some more Death and Taxes. Like I said before, been enjoying this deck a lot again lately. It's been a reasonable drop-off in, like, after the 3 to 4 color Oko disaster craze that was Legacy for a little bit. I think the meta has mellowed out a little bit more, and I've been having a lot more fun. So we're jamming some more Legacy. I forget how we did on Wednesday, but I know we 4-1'd on Monday, or maybe I'm remembering the Wednesday stream, but whatever. This list has been performing pretty well. I don't really know where I want to pivot. It's a big thing in Death and Taxes is trying to get your finger on the pulse of the meta, trying to figure out where the holes in your armor may be, and kind of trying to attack those things. But not super concerned about anything right now. So the losses that I can remember so far, during the whatever the event was called, the showcase challenge, the monthly showcase challenge thing, I lost a Belcher, which, like, okay, Belcher, sure. And then I lost to the Breach deck. It was a close match, and I misplayed in Game 3 pretty badly. And one of the leagues last week, I lost a Painter and won everything else. And I played in the prelim on Thursday with the same list. I lost to Red Black Reanimator, and I lost to Doomsday. Decks that I did not come prepared to fight very well. Your Reanimator matchup definitely does suffer a little bit with this configuration, but, I mean, triple Deafening Silence helps bridge the gap to your triple rest. It'd be a little bit better, but the Game 3s on the draw are really tough. I think this hand is good enough. A little risky, but we're on the play, too, so there's no Dazes or Thoughtseizes in our way. Our opponent's name is also Sir Stompy, so we'll see how that pans out for us. Lead on the factory. Maybe we attack next turn, and also maybe we don't want them to play around Wasteland. Depending on what the matchup is, though, we might just cast this Revoker, obviously, if they are on something like Stompy. They are not. What are they on is the question. That's scary. Red-Black Reanimator, huh? This hand is not well-equipped to fight that. I think Wastelanding here, assuming we're not, like, just dead from, like, Lotus Petal or whatever, I think Wastelanding here is better than casting Phyrexian Revoker, since we don't... I mean, I guess if we draw a white source, maybe Revoker's better, because we have better answers to Grizzlebrand. But as of right now, we can't plow the Grizzlebrand anyway, so... Depends on what they discard. If they don't discard a Grizzlebrand, it's definitely the Wasteland. And there's a Grizzlebrand. Oh, never mind. We're just dying. The whole team just tried hard. Yeah. Yep, you got me, opponent. Speaking of the Red-Black Reanimator menace... There's no need to concede because we're not dying on the play, we're dying on the draw, so like they already know what we're doing. So we could potentially top deck Crocus and they could draw a really bad 14 cards that we could win, so no like big draw to a concession here. Even though we're like very close to 0% to win. Like, yeah, discard more scary things and then reanimate one. Therapy me. Yeah, sure, whatever. Name Swords to Plowshares. Yeah. Yeah, wastelanding them doesn't seem like a good plan after they drew 14 cards and then discarded like 7 lands. Well, that's not a very good draw. There's no Elish Norn, but there is a Tidespout Tyrant. So we're very likely just dead. Maybe they missed on the 11 other reanimation spells in their deck. We don't know. Dang, never lucky. We just need to draw Caracas, and then we might actually still be alive. Probably not, but... Jeez, those draws were not good at all. Maybe we get our GT now. We're taking 11. Yeah, alright. We're about done here. Alright, sideboard time. Bring in 12 cards. We have 3 Cataclysms. Cut all these cards that we drew. Cut... Critter now gets Remorseful Cleric, which is pretty good. Cut Crusader. What, cut Moms? Could shave some Wisps, keep Moms, but that distinction is pretty meaningless. Maybe not 25 lands. I don't know. I like being able to mulligan aggressively and still being able to hit your land drops. I think once you get to that stabilization point in the game, it doesn't really matter if you flood out, because you can genuinely just like be down for 10 turns with Athalia. So I like being able to mull to 4 and have more likelihood of getting the hands that are like land, Deafening Silence, Rest in Peace, or whatever. It's possible we could cut like a Plains for Mishra's Factory, but again, I don't think a lot of these are like a super big distinction between each other. I think we can just cut all the Moms. Deal. We hit with discard, it kind of sucks, but that's life. 4 vials, 15 creatures. Hey, we got Mishra's Factory in there. Also, like I said, like just any creature, and then your opponent is going to slowly die. Not like Mother, for instance, providing a substantial clock. Don't Thoughtseize me. Yes. We discarded a Grizzlebrand, so we get to Rest in Peace it. I want to Wasteland them, but... So the play next turn might be Wasteland them. But is the play after that Port them or hit them with Factory? It's probably Port them, right? I mean, I'm casting Rip here, obviously. So I'm trying to think about what my play next turn is. It's probably Wasteland's Port. Or, yeah. There's a potential if I draw a White Source, I'd rather Flicker was my thing and Wasteland them, but I think I'd rather Port than attack them with Factory next turn. They get the Destroy All Enchantments thing. That's kind of a bummer. But we set them back to, like, they also need the Enabler as well now. Yeah, see, sometimes they do have the ability to play around your Port. Like shown. So now, if I had, like, played the Wasteland, for example, I could, like, play Plains, Flicker Wasteland them still. Now I have a lot of awkward options, none of which I'm a huge fan of. It is probably just Flicker Waste pulled up, like, Swords to Plowshares. Because I want to start clocking them now, and they didn't do anything here. They might be holding up a Wear Tear, and they're going to try to like Wear Tear, and then they still can't kill me after that. Wear Tear costs 1 mana to destroy the enchantment, but it opens up their White Source. So if they don't have, if they do have the Wear Tear, we could actually try to like Wasteland Port them actually. Maybe we do want to do that. If they don't, we just get to port this. March flats on their upkeep. Maybe I wanted to wasteland them on their upkeep too, so we try to take down the white source. Ooh, Serenity, that's terrifying. Can't play this Revoker. Play it during their upkeep. I just wanted to tap it down. Don't want to give them, like, more information. If they're not gonna crack it, then... And I don't want to give them the access of, like, oh, I drew Serenity Fish for a white source, or I drew Reverent Silence Fish for a green source. But I think they already had Serenity in hand, so they already knew what their plan was. And if they were going to crack it, my port doesn't matter. And if they don't crack it, then porting on Instep is the same as porting them on upkeep. Except they have slightly more information to work with. So the play here is... scary. That's what it is. I don't think I like porting. They have 5 cards still in hand, which is very bad for me. Just play Factory. Yeah, the other option is to like just get the Wisp down to start clocking them. But the port is probably more relevant here. They don't actually have red to loot. I'm scared if I port that they're just going to Entomb in response. Then my time will be wasted. And if I play Factory, yeah, if I play Factory, I can still apply because I just port with the Factory. So, like, yeah, the risk is minimal. Like, actually, I could... No, I can't port in response to the Serenity. So I could port in response to the Serenity trigger, but that doesn't matter because it's still all in the upkeep. Yeah, the Serenity's kind of a bummer. I mean, both these are just black sources, so I guess we just port those. Yeah, nice. They don't have Entomb at least. Ooh, they don't have anything? I'm into that. Now we get to revoke Gris... Oh, never mind. Alright, we get to do that. They didn't cast anything with 2 mana here. Porting, if they have another Serenity, is nice. We could just take them off Serenity forever and keep them only on Reverent Silence. That might actually be the play. We don't want to give them infinite time here. But I do feel relatively safe. If I need to play this. Definitely don't need to play the Revoker. The Flicker Wisp is just a better clock. So I think I just want to play Wisp. Guess if I am taking them off of Serenity forever, the Deafening Silence protects me from the possibility of... The Deafening Silence protects from what's it called? Reverent Silence? The green thing? Where they let me gain like 4 life or whatever. They could pedal into it. That's a draw towards Deafening Silence for sure. I think I definitely wanted to put my clock on the board this turn. I'm just thinking of when the best turn to cast Deafening Silence is. It's just eluding. I wonder if we actually revoke or pedal. They discarded Reanimate, Unmask. Revoke or pedal could be a play. Recruiter. We could also just Recruiter plus Deafening Silence for Remorseful Cleric and have like too many things for them to deal with and not port them this turn. Unless you think, yeah, unless they're on like Wear Tear. The Deafening Silence can protect from, like you said, like pedal into Serenity in the same turn. or something. I think we just want to recruit plus Deafening Silence now, though. Because we get to recruit her for Remorseful Cleric, and they just have like too many things they need to deal with. If they play the Serenity, we still have the Remorseful Cleric, and then we also get like Deafening Silence Revoker, etc., etc. Well, they played a Serenity, so they don't necessarily have Wear Terror. They've already showed us white cards that they have. And they're playing the Bayou, which means they probably also have Reverent Silence. Which means that, like, maybe they don't have the Wear Terror. There we go. Alright, well, the tried and true adage of win game one, or lose game 1, win game 2, and then pray game 3. We will cross our fingers. Like I said, I think that's how most of your Reanimator games are probably going to go post-board, or how you want them to go at least, is that you don't need a clock. You need to cast your spells and then they will eventually die. You can just hit them with a Flicker Wisp, or like a Flicker Wisp and a 2-power, some random 2-power Piddler. This is about as good as it's gonna get, right? We're not, like... We have Thoughtseize, bad, but we have Caracas, so it doesn't suck. We have Double Wasteland, which is, like, potentially something. My opponent will get into 6. The only, like, fast interaction we have is a Singleton Grafdigger's Cage. I think this hand's fine. Certainly not happy about it, but I think Double Wasteland Caracas definitely makes this hand, like, not unplayable. The question is, like, when am I going to fire off these Wastelands and stuff? We'll see, based on how badly our opponent womps us on turn 1. The play might even be to play Caracas and don't play Aether Vial or something. I think Aether Vial's pretty irrelevant. This hand has a lot of lands. We can afford to cast it later. Please don't kill me. Please just pass the turn off to your Sorcery Speed and Tomb. Yeah, never lucky. Well, they only get to draw 7 cards, so... Come on, pass the turn. Pass it back over. Well, we get to deal with this Grizzlebrand, and they pitch an Entomb, so fingers crossed. Should have played Mindbreak Trap. I have gotten to Reanimator opponent with a Mindbreak Trap before. Take the rest of Beast, we Caracas the Grizzlebrand. Make another big thing, looting into... Well, they need 2 mana. They're at 3 life, we just need to draw Lightning Bolt. Discard Grizzlebrand Gravy Train. Oh, well, that'll do it. Let's draw a removal spell, please. Grave Titan kills you pretty quick. Like I said, lose game 1, win game 2, pray game 3. And our praying is not working out very well. Okay, this isn't rocket science. You reanimate the thing. Put the Grave Titan into the battlefield. There you go. Good job, opponent. so what's our plan here? Is there a world that wastelanding this thing is better? No, because we want to top deck Council's Judgment to have some semblance of a shot at winning. We're taking 9 Council's Judgment this, and then we're like fucking super dead to 4 zombies though. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can really beat 4 zombies in play. Actually, we take 9. Dang. If we draw like Flicker Wisp, they're at 3, but we take exactly 9 and then 11. Yeah. Gotcha, idiot. Oh, they just have like more things to do. That's also valid. Just like make a Elish Norn or something just to hit me for like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, archetype. Yeah, that works. Hello. Hello, friend. Yeah. The praying did not pay off. Yeah, not good draws, but yeah. Like I said, usually doesn't matter when you flood out. You need to hope that the cards that you keep in your opening hand are good enough, right? And sometimes they aren't, especially on the draw against Reanimator. Not what you like to see. Yeah, we needed... I guess we had a lot of removal, but not a huge amount. Like 6 removal spells. Hello. Do you mind? I guess we're between rounds right now, Kitty. Yeah, she loves to rub her face on my face. Especially when I've just shaved, so it's all rough. Hello. I think red-black, it does make sense that red-black, I think Reanimator is kind of exploiting the holes in the meta that were kind of left by Hogak and Breach showing up. Because, so, obviously Leyline did great against Reanimator, but I think Leyline, I think Reanimator is like the graveyard deck that cares about Leyline the least, because it's so easy for them to, like, set back up. They care more about, they care more about stuff like Surgical Extraction than those decks do. Did you intend to play this? No, I had no idea. I just went live. So I think everyone is on different hate. Like, we're on 3 Recipes, 1 Craftigger's Cage. A bunch of Miracles decks have started playing Rest in Pieces and stuff because Hogak and Breach have been so scary. I think it makes sense that something like Red-Black would have tried to exploit that. It won the challenge this weekend, I think, if I recall correctly. Hard to shift your graveyard hate in your sideboard to cover all your bases. This hand is very bad. Seems bizarre to play Reanimator when people are playing Leyline and Delver decks. I mean, Leyline seems like not like Reanimator's structured better to beat Leyline than any of the other graveyard decks are. They don't care about their graveyard outside of I need this exact one thing in their graveyard, and they can put it back there easily. Like Hogak needs to like restock their graveyard or whatever. They waste resources a lot more readily, and like Breach needs a certain number of cards in their graveyard to start going off. Obviously, like, Leyline's still a good card against them. I just think that the composition of the composition of Graveyard Hate in decks has changed such that red black is happier with. Do you mind? I think I want to drop probably the port. We're on the draw with no Vial. What's up, Steroid Crisis? Yeah, I think I want to drop this port. Oh boy, the mirror. This hand's pretty good in the mirror. We'd play Mom and revoke this Vial and stuff. But also, the mirror. Oh boy. Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes, excellent. Seems like an easy way to steal game one. Until play land. Yes. Yes. Feels like kind of a hasty concession. I don't know. I don't know what's in their hand, obviously, but like the Death and Taxes match can go for a while. Like they could miss a couple land drops and still probably be in that game. But I mean, our hand was very good. We're just gonna cast Sword of Fire and Ice next turn and just like crush them into the dirt. So I hate D&T mirrors. Yeah, D&T mirrors suck. D&T mirrors are the absolute worst mirror match in Legacy. That's probably not true. This looks fine. Yeah. 5 bad cards, 5 good cards. Is Cleric good enough? Yeah, it adds flying, which is important. And if we had more sideboard cards, I'd probably be shaving like a land and before looking at cutting Cleric. Cleric can also have like you can randomly try to like stop a GTA trigger for one turn. You can like do the block sack trick to prevent them from getting GTA counters. Comes up once in a blue moon. But mostly just like flying is relevant in the mirror. I wanted to cut land at 25 for Flicker was 4 again. Haven't really been feeling the 25 lands too much. Wow, this hand has so many good cards in the mirror. This hand is so insane in the mirror. If this was a Plains, oh god, am I supposed to keep this anyway? We have 25 lands in our deck. We're on the draw. This hand is just unbeatable. I shouldn't say unbeatable, because anything can fucking happen when you're playing the mirror match. But, like, this hand is the nuts if we hit, like, one specifically 2, but even if we hit, like, 1 white source. Let's go. Alright, yeah, we got to. Chat demands it, so I get to blame chat if we lose. I think this hand might actually just be a keep, too. I'm not sure. With 25 lands in our deck, it's very good. Oh boy, we're just gonna have the same thing my opponent just did. My opponent just like, play a Revoker, we're gonna die. Opponent's just gonna like, Rashawn pour me. Game. Oh no! Oh, thank god. Not getting Revokered yet. As soon as we miss our land drop, the game just ends. Come on, deck. Don't let me down. Yeah, never didn't have it. Calculated. All according to plan. And we have a plow up if they have a Mother of Runes. Yeah. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Man. Why did I ever doubt chat? Chat always has my best intentions at heart. Vile game. I'm gonna put in this Mother Runes. It's probably gonna die. Holy shit. We did it, chat. Why does it sound so good? Not enough experience GT mirrors to see. But it's just like Council Judgment's insane. Mother Runes is and Mother Runes is Unfortunistic are like the things you want, and yeah, Council Judgment's very, very good in the mirror. Early Sword Supply shows is very important to answer Mother of Runes, and Sword is just like the best card besides maybe Palace Jailer. Sometimes Sword is better. But yeah, removal and GT and like answers to your opponent's stuff that answers your GT. Like Revoker. So yeah, we just pass. We don't really get to do anything else here anyway. We could Violent our Stoneforge and cast our GT. Maybe we actually do that. My opponent did not play a third land, so they might not. They might not have the ability to Council Judgment. They might have, or they might just port me because I'm going to miss my land drop too, so they might try to prevent me from equipping. But there's no way for me to stop that. I'm not doing anything with my mana. Do you mind? Excuse me. Excuse me, kitty. Yeah, I think it's probably correct to just Sorcerer Speed do this. I'm surprised my opponent did not activate a Vial in response to my Violent too. That seems kind of risky. Because I could just put in Revoker and just get him. Excuse me. Wow. They didn't activate their Vials because they didn't have anything. What is their hand? Just like... It's not removal, so it's gotta be just all 3-drops? Just like Wisp, Recruiter. Oh no, they hit a... They didn't hit Council Judgment mana, but they did hit I'm never gonna let you equip this GT mana. Which does suck. That's pretty bad for me, certainly. The 4th file. I expect, like, Recruiter for, like, Flicker Wisp, and then bury me that way. So we just want to draw a bunch of lands. Ooh, that's a good Magic card to draw. I'm into that. We gotta put these Vials on, like, 4 and 3 next turn, which is kind of awkward, but it's fine. Ugh, really? Nothing on Violent 3? What on God's earth is in my opponent's hand? It's gotta be, like, just Flicker Wisps, right? 2-3-3, I think, is probably the correct configuration. Or 2-3-4 if they, like, are intentionally planning to jailer me. No. Bunch of plows. They would have had to draw them, like, in the past 2 turns, because we filed in a Mom into open white mana and they didn't cast anything. 3 Palace Jailers. Yeah, they would have taken the Vial before by now. Like, I don't really want to... It's dangerous to jailer into this because we don't have the ability to stop a Flicker Wisp. Also, wow, this Mother Runes has been pretty important to them because they're putting the shields down. Oh, no, it's just... So they're protecting with Flicker Wisp. If they have, like, multiple Wisps, this could go bad if we draw land. Try to connect here or something. Although, I guess it wouldn't necessarily go bad, would it? It would just become an awkward monarchy race. Ooh, alright. So, plan. Equip GTA to Stoneforge. Attack them. Force them to Violent Flicker Wisp. Jailer the Wisp. Hope they don't have a second Flicker Wisp. If they do have a second Flicker Wisp, we just have to play an awkward game of Monarchy Tag, which I think we're fine with because we have the control of the GTA, so they need to be taking Monarchy aggressively from me. while we like GTA them, and we have the ability to like draw towards these council's judgments. One of my questions is, am I supposed to... No, there's no way I'm supposed to pro-white my Stone Forge to attack through this Mom. Because if they block and then Flicker Wisp their Mom, it's very similar to them just Flicker Wisping the GTA off of my Stone Forge Mystic. Because, like, 1 damage just doesn't matter at all. If they, like, found a Mirror Xer, obviously, we can just Protection response. This is, like, undoubtedly a Flicker Wisp. I'm hoping it's Recruiter for Wisp. So this other Violent 3 goes down. Yeah. So now we can Palace Jailer this Flicker Wisp. Which is awkward because the Mom actually goes online after that. But obviously we want to take the Flyer off the board just in case they don't have another one. So this is fine. They just take the 1. They also currently don't have any value to get off of their Flicker Wisps. So if they take Monarchy from me, it's not necessarily the end of the world. They get the Flicker Wisp back later, but they can't like flicker a lot of things for value. They probably like flicker my File or something. But I think it's correct for me to start jailering them. Whoa, wow, just snap concession. I guess there's no second Wisp, huh? Fucking deal. Love to see it. D&T mirror that takes like 5 minutes. I have no idea what their hand was. They had 3 cards in that hand. Could have been removal that they drew post Mother of Runes. Wasn't Palace Jailer. Because like they didn't take the Vial before. I guess Equipment could have been like, yeah, they definitely weren't good cards, that's for sure. It could have been like Batterskull. Three Batterskulls. A bold declaration. Yeah, removal drawn post Mother of Runes. Could have been like Council's Judgments. They never had white either. Gideon Marshall Paragons. Oh wow, let's see if this canopy can go all the way, because we are definitely leaning on it for this hand. What's your opinion on different equipments? What do you mean? Oh, geez, this sand is, I don't think, very well suited for this matchup. Oh, damn it. We're just playing against this thing again. Gonna be a short league today, folks. Now we concede to the turn 1. Oh, wow. They didn't play a land, huh? We might actually win. They're just going to draw a land next turn and kill me, but that's my life. Don't do it. Don't do it, opponent. Don't do it. God damn it. Wait, do they... Oh, no, they do have it. They were cracking for red. They threw me off the scent. Oh, wow. Do they not have it? Do they not have land or reanimation spell? Well, there's land. Oh, we're still alive. Oh, we're still alive. This Thalia is much better than Phyrexian Evoker because we can't beat Grizzlebrand already. Yeah, that was certainly a faithless looting. So fortunately they drew this swamp. Different equipment like Sword of Feast. I think most of the equipments that don't see play for a very specific reason. Smart. Yeah, it's certainly a smart play, because like I don't think that their odds are getting better when you see your opponent go like land Mother of Runes. Like if your opponent just is going to cast a Thalia, you're not gonna do super hot. Just wonder how many of those petals were already in their hand. What, both of them? What were they missing? That they just took a draw step. I guess you can take a draw step versus a fair amount of decks. I don't know. This thing can attack, it doesn't matter. Obviously, they had a lot of faith in it. Covered by Sword of Truth and Justice in the mirror. Ooh, now we can revoke her this Lotus Petal. Ooh, now we drew Caracas. These are all good things. Lotus Petal. We're gonna get wrecked by this Elishnorn. I think I'd rather just like try to damage them as fast as possible than play around them having like the reanimate or whatever. What do naked cats feel like? Kind of like a peach, except more fleshy. It's a weird thing to say, but they're because they have this little bit of fuzz on them. They're not like actually hairless. Especially her. She's got, you can see the hair on her face, like the cat looks satanic. We did name her after a hellhound. So we're attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, putting them to 10. There's nothing that we can. I guess just Crusader is lethal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, just attack them to 10, play Crusader, hope it's enough. What does her tongue feel like against her face? It's the worst. She has like a very rough sandpapery tongue, like worse than our other cat. I don't know if that's just a genetic cat-to-cat thing or that's a specific Sphinx thing, though. Anyway. I'm gonna cast this Mirror Crusader and hope that my opponent doesn't hit another land drop and like two mana reanimate their Elishnorn. If they do, we can still Caracas in. We still have other things to kill with. But I want to set up lethal next turn by just putting 10 power on the board. No! No! My board! They have one card left in hand, so that's like not the worst thing in the world. We also have a Flicker. We also have a Palace Jailer. So this is. We can also save our Thalia, right? We can actually save our Thalia, untap Caracas, the Elishnorn, play Thalia, Wasteland them. They do still have 3 mana after that, though. Is that the better play, though? They have 1 card in hand. What are we scared of? Like, more reanimation spells? On, like, Grizzlebrand? This is a tough call, actually. But luckily, we have a lot of time to think about it, because it's the red-black matchup, so it doesn't... Our clock doesn't really matter. I think the Thalia line's our best line. We're scared of them, like, reanimating something as fast as possible. So I think, like, having the Thalia in play means that they can't, like, make a Grizzlebrand and then, like, draw to 2 and then, like, also like, cast some... I guess they can't really draw to 2 in that case. Because if we didn't have the Thalia in play, they could potentially find more fast mana and also put the Elishnorn in play or something. I'm not sure. If we Wasteland, we also lose out on being able to cast a Palace Jailer, but that probably doesn't matter a huge amount. We're not super worried about this Ashen Rider right now as the board sits. I do like the Thalia play. And then the turn after we play Thalia, assuming they don't do anything scary, we'll just play Wisp and Whisper Caracas. Oh, now we can actually revoke the Petal again. After we play the Thalia, obviously. But if they want to like 2-mana reanimate spell, they have to lose the pedal here. Oh, well, never mind. They just don't have the reanimation spell. So this puts them to 7. So if we play the Wisp, it puts them... We have 5, puts them to 2. Definitely was considering saving the mana for Jailer. I wasn't too concerned about anything, though, because the only thing that we'd want a Jailer, it would be this Ashen Rider, which is already blowing up one of their lands, too. All the reanimation. I mean, yeah, like their animate deads and their whatever it is. The Exhume isn't live because we get back Crusader and we just like actually kill them. They have an animate dead for the Grizzlebrand. They can no longer draw 7. We just Caracas it. I think we're pretty set now. They would have to get back the Ashen Rider first. Now we have a plow for the Ashen Rider too. I think we're fine just holding on to the Caracas again. Lotus Pedal. They don't have life to pay for Grizzlebrand anymore anyway, so we don't have to name it. They should play Wasteland, yeah. Rammer should play Wasteland to beat Caracas, obviously. Yeah, now they're at 3. It doesn't really matter what we do. We'll play Flicker Wisp, hold up our Caracas. Make sure we can kill through an Ashen Rider or something. Actually, we couldn't. They could kill my Wisp, and then we could only attack. We'd have to, like, plow it. But they would have to Ashen Rider my Wisp, but then we could, like, draw a land and Palace Jailer it or something. Whatevs. If I didn't play the Wisp, we could actually have just wisped it out of the way for lethal if we had cast another Revoker instead, so that might have technically been better. Because if they had cracked the pedal, played an animate dead on the Ashen Rider, I'll be big mad if we get into Smaller Path is better than Plow. Yeah, that usually doesn't come up a lot in this matchup. We did last time, board in like all of our cards besides Cataclysm, cut all of our clock because it doesn't matter. We took game 1, which is pretty big because that flips the cycle. Because if you win game 1, you just pray game 2, and then you hopefully win game 3, ideally. Am I supposed to just like keep this hand on the draw? It seems like there's just like absolutely 0 ways that excuse me. Absolutely 0 ways it ever wins. But that's like just every single hand you draw, right? I can't get Miracles players to believe Deafening Silence. This is good. Oh, good here as in this matchup? Yeah, Deafening Silence seems great in this matchup. Especially because you're all playing like Rest in Peace now, right? I like mulligan aggressively. We have 5 2-mana hate card, 2-mana graveyard card, or 4 2-mana graveyard cards, 1 1-mana graveyard card, 3. My opponent did mull to 6. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Time Walk. Yeah, it's literally Time Walk. Mulligan's to 5 deal. They changed the mulligan. Yeah, I could mulligan this hand. That's true. Reveals a Chancellor at the Annex. That's certainly kind of a bummer. Oh, my opponent changed the mulligan, or else my opponent's just gonna like turn 1 me anyway. I see. But that's like just every game you're on the draw in this matchup. You just have to get like obscenely lucky to win anyway. Can we draw a 1-drop? That's not a 1-drop. My opponent's gonna make a Grave Titan. That's gonna be bad news, Bears. Just play Fairy Macabre. Man, Fairy Macabre really getting good. Imagine my opponent's just gonna cast a 2-drop reanimate spell and kill me. Pitching and animate dead. Yeah, I wonder what their last card could be. Seems like a weird point to do this. Did they, like, just draw it, or what? Just draw the other reanimate spell, maybe? Because it's like, what is this? I guess this player on Sword Splashers, then, yeah. Because like, you're not beating, I guess it also plays around Surgical, but if Dog's card is Exhume, it doesn't, but... Doesn't play around Macabre, but yeah, it just plays around Plow. But I can't cast a Plow, I don't know. Grave Titan's worse than Sire? Really? I don't know. Grave Titan certainly kills a lot faster than Sire, but I don't know. Both of them have definitely been, like, underwhelming a lot from what I've seen. Takes my one removal spell and makes a Grave Titan. Yeah, you got it. Wait. Why did they reanimate that today? I guess their life total doesn't matter, and they think the enchantment might have mattered. So if we top deck Sword of Plowshares or Path to Exile, well, that's neither of those things. So now we take 10, go to 10, and then die. Alright. Both teams tried hard. I almost cast one spell. Cavern would be good here, yeah. Cast our uncounterable Thalia. Boom! Take that, Chancellor of the Annex. Let's ship it back. Don't think you're actually there. We're pretty dead. What are we drawing to win? We what, like cast an Aether Vial there? Into the Chancellor trigger? Take 10, go to 10, they have 4 zombies, we draw a removal spell for the Grave Titan. Take 8, go to 2. I did not have a Terminus to draw, no. We don't get to play Thalia, they have a Chancellor trigger. Yeah, we definitely mulligan this hand. We're on the play this time, which means we can actually try to draw our hate, but we're not finding it. Sounds like kind of close. My opponent is deciding whether or not they're going to keep 7. Opponent mulligans to 6. I like vaguely want this hand. But I don't think I do. I don't think I want this enough. We have 5 actual graveyard hate cards. Keep it? I don't think so. I think there are better 5s than this. It's got double Wasteland, double Plow, which definitely like isn't bad. Yeah, 3 Dimfix Silence Cage. And like any hand with Rest in Peace I think is like more relevant. Ah, nice. Wow, this hand is just infinitely better than my 6, huh? This hand is just like leaps and bounds better than my 6. It's so not close. Alright, what are we putting back? Jailer, Port? Mulligan this Tastic Crystal Brain, yeah. Jailer, Port, keep the Recruiter. I think I just want to keep double white, so maybe we keep Caracas Port. Since we don't really need double white right now, keep lands. What do you want to put away the Recruiter the card? That's my second graveyard hate card. My Recruiter's backup for when my cage gets blown up. Shift the Planesplayer Massacre. So definitely goodbye Jailer. I think it's goodbye Plains. Otherwise you'll draw shit you can't play. We have 25 lands in our deck. We have 22 other lands to draw in our whole deck. Yeah, I think bidding the Plains is fine because if we miss on the third land, we want something to sit there and do. And we don't have a lot of double white to draw besides Council's Judgment. I don't think Council's Judgment's super relevant for now. Is there a reason to play a Caracas? I don't think so. Cage. Go. I think you have better draws with 2 lands. I don't know. I think I have better draws with 2 lands and one of the 6 cards that actually hate the graveyard still left in my deck. Or something. We have 3 Rest in Pieces, another Recruiter, and the actual, or Remorseful Cleric to draw as our only things. Yeah, see, now we want to have action. I'm going to take my Recruiter. I'll be sad. Casting spells OP. 2 mana casts like a lot of our spells. Ooh, they might not know I have Remorseful Cleric. Or they think they can beat me before then. I don't know. We play out the Karakas now because they already know about it. And no reason to take 1 damage here. No Entomb. Alright, cool. Makes me feel less like I'm going to die. Confirmation bias. What's confirmation bias? Never heard of it. Looting. The one thing that makes me so scared with Cage is that, like, it doesn't actually exile their graveyard, so it's so much easier for them to go off. Well, they didn't discard any creatures, so actually, never mind. I retract my previous statement. Oh man, we can even, like, Whisper Recruiter. Hell yeah. My opponent has 3 cards now. This game just ends. They don't even let me tutor. Nice. Got our revenge. Confirmation bias. Never heard of it in my whole life. Wanted to keep the 6. I, like, kind of wanted to keep the 6. But not enough to keep it. I was definitely going to mulligan. But it was, like, a little close. But not close enough, certainly. I think you just want to have a card that says your Rammer can't win the game. Like, I don't think you're keeping any hand without like Recipe's Cage or Cleric in it until, like, at least 5, maybe 4. We're on the draw here, but this hand has a lot of tools, but I want to mold to 6. Would you mold that hand in game 2? No, I don't think so. Double Plow's pretty nice. And, like, your graveyard's never going to be good enough on the draw. That hand might be worthwhile on the draw. Just to, like, hope your opponent goes for, like, the Grave Titan lines, like my opponent did. If my opponent kept 7, maybe I'd do... I don't know. I think I'm going to keep this hand, though. Just keep 1-landers all night. But just never get punished. Put molds to 5. I hope we're not dead. Mulliganing is so scary, especially after the London Mole. Pre-London Mole is like, yes, my opponent mold to 5 in the blind. You're like, nice, they're just down 2 cards. But now it's just like, oh, they're just like doing something broken, and we're just gonna fucking die. Alright, looks like we're just gonna fucking die. As it turns out. I'm like kind of tempted to just concede. Did they give you a good look? Have fun. They did not. 6 I like. Yeah, that's fair. 6 I like. 5 I'm scared. 6 means I didn't have a good hand. 5 means I'm trying to kill you. Sometimes 5 means, wow, I really didn't have a good hand. I'm like kind of tempted to just concede. In what world do we win? I guess we have a Remorseful Cleric in our deck, so it's like... And also, I don't really care that much about, like, giving my opponent the information for sideboarding. Let's see what else they got. Do you ever mold a bluff? No, that seems like a very bad idea. On rocks and change from mold to 2 yesterday. Did they win? Was it a close game at all? Excuse me? My opponent didn't want their Narcomoeba? Did they misclick? Or no, they needed Threshold? They want to crack their Cephalid Coliseum. That's fair. Choosing draw is the real bluff. I think Manaless Dredge players should stop taking the draw in game 1. Oh wow, we're super dead. They only get 1 bridge actually. So they can't like make a Hogak even. Let alone like Dread Return me. I mean, they already know Plains Vile. Like, there's no point in like conceding for concealing of information at this point. Follow your Guardian Thraben. That tracks. It's not a great draw. Alright, what are they, what are them? So we can plow this Ichor if we want. Probably need to plow this Ichor because otherwise they can cast a Hogak. Let's see what they dredge first. There's another Narc. Is that a therapy under it? Should have conceded turn 1. It's possible. I could have conceded when they did. Oh, there's an Ox. That's hot. I literally talked about conceding to Cephalid Coliseum Careful Study. So this resolves. They can't cast a Hogak if we plow this Ichorid, right? They only have 1 bridge and they don't have any ways to sack currently. They could like cast this Ox and just fucking kill me, but I think plowing this Ichorid is correct right now. I played against someone in Dredge who mentioned they bought Varm after seeing me pilot it at Turtle. Oh, that's cool. Love those stories. I don't believe just like land Ox that we super die. Well, that's not a land that casts Ox, but it's a land that cracks and definitely kills me. It's a lot of bridges and Cabal therapies. Maybe we should pack it in. Second Hogak is GG. I think just like them playing Cephalid Coliseum was GG. My hope was that they had nothing and then we top decked exactly Remorseful Cleric. Oh dang. Never lucky. Never once. Yeah, we're just never getting there. Alright. Sideboard plan. Very similar, except I don't think Council's Judgment's good now, I guess. I'll learn the hard way with 2 Hogaks. Yeah, 2 Hogaks is pretty good. Yeah, we definitely sideboard differently, though. You can't revoke her Ox, right? Ox is just a different cast. It's like Flashback. Yeah, it's an alternate cost, that's what I figured. Lame. Actually, be kind of fucked up if it was just activated ability and you like couldn't counter them out of the graveyard. Like Creeping Chill. Good thing they never did that. It is a legal play. Yes, I could revoke her an Ox. It would not prevent escaping. Does anything look fine? Like the equipment package, plows, moms, removal spells. These cards all suck. Flickers is okay, but like I think Flickers was the worst card. Looking at this configuration, we could probably afford to shave a land. You mulligan less aggressively, and you do need like idiots in play to like win these matches. So we could probably afford to do shave a land for like a wisp or something, but yeah, I don't care. I'd love to play first. Alright. Canada Kill Bridges. Alright, this is a hand. This is a hand that's just gonna get absolutely whomped by Serenity. What do we lead on Deafening Silence here? No, right? Maybe we do. What mulligan to 5? There's not like a punish for leading on Deafening Silence, right? Wraith, I guess? Like, Cephalid Column, Street Wraith? No, because they can't crack the Cephalid Coliseum. Because they need to cast, like, an LED first, and they can't cast LED... Oh, no, they could LED Cephalid Coliseum Street Wraith punish? I'm trying to figure out if I should just play the Cage, or I should, like, play the Deafening Sounds, like, try to bait something. Yeah, LED Street Wraith is the punish. I think I do I don't know. Easily sounds? I don't know how easy it is. Yeah, I don't think it's very likely. Especially on their Multi 5. I think Deafening Silence is probably the play. There's not like a huge... They'd have to have like a really good... yeah, they'd have to have like a nuts, even with like the actual like punish. Now we can't file Cage. Yeah, I don't think the file's super important. I think playing the Cage first at least gives them extra information. I'm probably just going to like Mom Cage anyway. Yeah, they discarded Stinkweed Hogak. We definitely just want to Mom Cage next turn. Hope they don't have Serenity. Never mind, we're just going to Wasteland Cage. Play File. What? Fuck no! Why'd I play File? Yeah, Waste was a very good draw, because they need 2 lands to cast their Serenity, and they're not exactly the most land-heavy deck. Now we just play Val plus Mom. Could play just... yeah, doesn't really matter. Are we scared yet? Not super scared. They need a lot of things. They need to get my Grafdigger's Cage out of play, which is very hard for them to do with no mana. Opponent out and jam more stuff that gets flooded by Serenity. Force of... I don't think Ox Dredge can afford to play Force of Vigor, right? Like, they just don't have green cards. They have, like, 2 Hogaks and Grave Trolls. And the Force of Vigors themselves. That's nice. Yeah, Manaless plays it, also because Manaless doesn't really have anything else to play. Because they are Manaless, but... yeah, I'm pretty sure LED Dredge does not play... Force of Vigor. Attack! Let's play even more things that die to this Serenity. People aren't on the green dredge, they play Force of Vigor? No, I don't think so. The Shambling Shell. Even then, like, it's not a lot of green cards that you play in this deck. Dredge 3 is a decent amount less than Dredge 4, that's for sure. 5 Chains plus Shenanigans. Wow, Chain of Vapor? That's suddenly scary. They only need 1 land. 5 Chains plus Shenanigans. Is there no way to kill a Rest in Peace? That seems, like, kind of loose. I guess their plan is just to go under it? Question mark? Hero's Dismissal? Someone's gonna have to tell me what the fuck Hero's Dismissal does. Points if you know what Hero's Dismissal does. Yeah, no, I don't get any points. Yeah, okay, it's an unsummon for enchantment, and you can strive it to bounce multiple. I see. So it bounces like multiple ley lines. I see. I see. So they actually like are pretty cold if you get to the point where you have a Rest in Peace in play, I guess. This is a pretty good draw. was supposed to just be pumping. Hey, Static, thanks for the 19-month resub. Appreciate it. Oh no! They're gonna bounce my cage and then do nothing. Oh, they're just gonna cast Careful Sight and then get wastelanded. That's fine. You're gonna dredge. Actually, yeah, the bounce actually doesn't work very well here because we like would just wasteland them and then so they have to like bounce it and then we just recast it or whatever. So yeah, all right, the game's ended. We did it. We won game 2. Now we have to win game 3, which is again the tough game. Must feel bad at Dynamon beats. Like I that's what I always say in these like hyper intensive graveyard decks that don't have a plan B. You win with the fucking wet paper bag. You don't need a win con. You can scrape together whatever. Against Hogak and stuff, that's a different story. They can cast spells. They can do things. I think Mom did the fewest things there. Yeah. I think it definitely does better than like Flicker Wisp, especially when they have like some zombies and shit in play. Was Deafening Silence boarded in for? Because Dredge casts a lot of spells and murders you. Especially on the play. On the play, you can prevent their, like, LED, Careful City, like, explosive hands. On the draw, it's definitely worse, but it prevents them from, like, looting a bunch in their graveyard and then also sacking a bunch of things to, like, Cabal Therapies. If you're forced a Reanimator player to animate a Goblin, I forced my Reanimator opponent... My Reanimator opponents have reanimated some really dumb things out of my graveyard. My opponents have, like, gotten prelates out of my graveyard and Thalias out of my graveyard. I'm like, this, I don't care. And then also you just always Flicker Wisp it and get it back. Has 25 lands, but I could take it or leave it. I was thinking about cutting land to go to 4 Wisps again before I started the stream today. Have died of Thoughtseize reanimate after Leyline when they took Krenko. Yeah, I mean, Krenko's definitely a good one. Alright. I got Krenko first reanimator now. Amazing. Oh, this hand's nice. This hand is... We get Cage Thalia. Hopefully get to recruit up a Remorseful Cleric. Mulligan against a 6. Yeah, hopefully we don't just get whomped. The clench in. Yeah, I think there are a lot less dredge hands that just like you're dead than reanimator hands. Like they can like make a couple zombies or whatever, and you're usually okay. It's a lot easier to beat than like a Grave Titan or a Grizzlebrand. Revealed cards. This is the graveyard. They find their shenanigans more easily, though. You're not wrong. But by then, hopefully, we can get our, like, Recruiter for Remorseful Cleric and stuff online. I really want to... Yeah, I really want this Vial on 1 so we could, Remorseful Cleric on 3. But we definitely need to play Cage here. We should admit graveyards are BS and make Leyline before that also costs 2. We should also just print Rest in Peace, but it's on like a 2-drop creature. I don't like this. Don't cast a Serenity opponent. It's not a Serenity. I think this means that they're going to bounce my thing. They have an Icarate and a Bridge. Nothing super threatening. Alright, we drew a land, which means we get to this Recruiter now. For a barely green. There's no way it's blue. It'd definitely just be mono green, because fuck me. Yeah, I think we just have to play the Thalia. Try to slow them down enough so that Recruiter for Remorse Cleric matters. Unfortunately, it probably won't because of Cabal Therapy. But they might have to like burn the therapy on this cage after they bounce it and stuff. Can't therapy. I'm assuming this Grafdigger's cage is going to get bounced on my end step. But I guess maybe not. Yeah, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have it. I just assume my opponents always have it and we're just gonna die. They keep dredging like they have a plan. Is it like bounce in response to this Narcomoeba trigger? No. Oh, they're dredging. They're dredging for the shenanigans. Never mind. That's their plan. So there's no reason to attack into this because they just get zombie for. They get 2 zombies, so that's not good for me. So yeah, we can just recruit. Remorseful Cleric here. They're also running out of treasures, but it's pretty easy to hit another one. What if they take a natural draw step after this Remorseful Cleric? They do. Wouldn't make sense to dredge, because then obviously then you just get the shenanigans exiled. But I don't know what their plan is. That attack doesn't seem like a great plan. Yeah, sure, I'll take 1. You got me. Now I get to hit you for 3. Just jam Cleric and Port Confluence, you just went out right? Yeah, probably. And then we just get to like double port them from there. Yeah, I don't really know what their plan is from here. Maybe their plan was like, I'm bad and I block, and then they get 2 zombies, then cast Toga. No, then we have Caracas. We just get to like. What they got? Oh well, this seems like there's no possible way I can win them the game. Cast a functionally 3-mana spell for a sack my second land. Yeah, I don't know what their plan is, but I really don't think it's working out for them. Hiya. Really hate Graveyard today. It's not my fault everyone decided to play Red-Black Reanimator and Dredge. To be fair, fuck Graveyards. Yeah, exactly. Fuck Graveyards. I don't even know which is the correct one. I guess this one taps for colors that are probably more threatening to me. But I don't think my decisions really matter at this point. Have they learned to stop attacking with the Thug? They have. You decided on 5 hate cards. Yeah, Graveyards are scary. Can't even, like, I guess we just can go get GT, right? The old Turbo File never cast it, win by miles. Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I think Stone Forge here is fine rather than double porting. to my previous least favorite card at Modern Nature's Claim. Yeah, you go for it, opponent. You dredge all those cards, buddy. Just really dredge them all. Just go off. Do they just, like, draw 3 cards naturally? The discard 3? Respect. And by respect, I mean I have no idea how they plan to win this game. Oh, nice. We have a clock. We're shot in Port City of Brass. We did it. That's going to be a really short league. It's 10 o'clock. They're trying to be nice. Yeah, drawing 3 naturally makes sense, but just like, I don't know what line in their head they're like, I'm going to draw 3 cards and then I'm going to somehow get out of this, is what my question. Yeah. My question was, what was their line? What was their line to beat Double Port, Cage, Remorseful Cleric? Yeah, we had like 2 Rashawn Ports, a Thalia, 2 different Graveyard Hate cards in play. I think that game was over approximately the time that I got my Remorseful Cleric in play. This has certainly been a league. Reanimator, Dredge. We fit in the 1 mirror there, but the mirror did not last a lot of turns. Never cast a Wild Spite Heavy. We had a lot more important 1-drops to cast, okay? We had a Grafdigger's Cage into a Thalia, and then after that, like, the Vial becomes worthless. I would have liked to cast my Vial on turn 1 that game, because it would have curved better into my Recruiter with the Guard. But, like, you'd need to play Cage on turn 1 on the draw against Dredge. Dredge is scary. Vial confirmed overrated. Vial's definitely confirmed overrated in matchups that tend to end on turn 3 if you're losing. Usually when your Vial doesn't have time to tick up to a number that matters, your Vials are not good. That does not mean board them out, but that means that sometimes don't cast them on turn 1. My 25th line needs to be Ancient Tomb to cast all my Vial Cage hands that I had. Just good deck building. Where's all the blue decks? Dread is a blue deck. Put a cast deck? Careful study. It's like basically Brainstorm. Drew like 18 cards off his... Yeah, drew like 18 cards off the blue land. It just busted. Eat your heart out, Mystic Sanctuary. Did you ever fucking crack a... I already forgot the name of that card. Cephalid Coliseum? Wasn't, like, Honorog playing Cephalid Coliseum in, like, one of his, like, Ren and 6 piles at some point? Yeah, that tracks. That seems like an Honorog thing to do. Yeah, because you lock him out with Narset. Yeah. It does not sound good, but it does sound hilarious. Alright, what Dredge opponent are we against next? Is it a keep? It might be a keep. It's a little heavy on lands, but you know. He's a hero of the people. Except when he plays Breach, and then he convinces everyone to play Breach. Clearly the bad guy. Keep his hand. I've actually seen Sandy Dog playing some other decks recently. I think he was playing Grixis Delver in like the last challenge, showcase challenge or something. Yeah, I was in his chat during the pre. Oh, what? Sure. Seems a weird time to cast a one spot time, but alright. I've yet to play against someone who loves to just cast one spot time whenever they want. This is the first time this has happened. Ooh, Cloud Post. Wow, this hand sucks. What's up, Mario? Anyway, I was giving Honorog shit because during the prelim last Thursday that I was playing in, I was in his stream and I was like, this is a... He was actually like playing like Miracles. I was like, I thought you were a Breach streamer. Yeah, once upon a time for the blue card to pitch to the Force for the Mother of Runes. Man, that would have been a real big brain. But yeah, this hand sucks real bad against Cloud Post Go. Recruiter is not the worst card I've ever drawn in my life. Certainly not the best. Yeah, I mean, we're going to play our... I think I want to play Port Thalia in case we draw, like, Wasteland. We might want to, like, Wasteland Port. And I don't think I'm attacking with Factory next turn. If I'm attacking with Factory, I'm just casting Recruiter the card that turn, so... I think Port Thalia is better. Also, I'm probably going to attack with this Mom. Get him. If you waste them, I'd rather shovel the Factory. That's also a possibility, I suppose. I'm probably just going to either port them or cast Recruiter the card next turn, though. But either of those plays can also be done if I with the Factory first. Oh, that's scary. They didn't do anything, so that's good. We definitely want to port them. So now we'll play the Factory and port them. Get them! Yeah, I don't want you to have this much mana. That's definitely scary. Please stop. Alright, it's only 3 mana. You can cast a 2 mana spell, that's bad. This is all bad news, Bears. Miss. Not the worst thing in the world. It's kind of bad. Ooh, that's a good. It's a good card for me to draw. Do we guys Recruiter here? No, I think we want to try to lock him out, right? Maybe not lock him out, but I feel like port this Forest too. That might actually be better than porting the Cloud Post. So we just attack for 2, port the Forest, play the land, attack with the Factory, port them for 2 again. Should have wasted the Forest. Smart. Yeah. I do like porting the Forest more here. Yeah, once upon a time's nuts. No! No! Definitely want a clock now. So now we just animate the Factory, attack with both, get our thing bounce, and then port them, and then we start casting a Recruiter and stuff. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. I still like porting this Forest more. Ooh, crop rotation. That's bad. Certainly scary. More Cloud Posts. Bad news. Let's draw another Wasteland. That'd be a good draw. So next turn we're probably going to Oh, Jesus. They drew a Cloud Post too? Fuck me. I guess we block. I kind of want this thing off the board so I can, like, attack the Mother Runes again. Okay. Guess they missed that line or something. There's no way they missed that line though, because like you just don't attack to prevent my mom from attacking or something. That's just, yeah, it's a lot of mana. Do I want to like revoke something? Are we just like casting a Recruit of the Guard? Do we have a plan? Is our plan lose? I think our plan is lose. We could like attack them for 3 with the factory, but that seems bad. They have 7 mana. It's a lot. They have 5 cards in hand. Also a lot. Recruiter's probably my best plan. What do we recruit? Can we beat them along? Well, my plan is that they can't cast it. It's on our deck. Recruit for what? Like Mirror and Crusader? Just to clock them? Stoneforge Mystic? Probably too slow. We can't revoke Eye. Heroica does not hit lands. Revoke Ballista. I don't even know if... I guess their deck probably has like Karn the Great Creator. Group Palace Jailer beat like a fatty, but their fatties are probably Planeswalkers because they're green post. Revoker Sentinel Sigh. Scoop since you have another league to play. We don't have another league to play. I hate revoking like the wrong card. Like my opponent's just gonna like cast an Ugin after we revoke fucking Karn the Great Creator. Although we definitely can't beat a Karn. They could have cast a Karn this turn though, and they didn't, right? 4 mana, and they just like straight up did not cast it. Reverse Ugin. Not if they just shoot it. I actually just want to play my creatures that have 2 power just to be a clock. Although, they're at 12. We attack them for 1 this turn, put them to 11. We have 5 in play, or 4 in play. Yeah, I don't think it matters a lot. So I think Recruiter's probably fine. Just like recruit Wisps. Just like an emergency oh shit button. Try to like handle something. I did very brief napkin math. I don't think this affects the clock in a huge way. It's possible they could have Ugin, but they can't even cast the Ugin currently. I think I'd rather name Ugin after the fact. Yeah, I think we're just gonna grab Flicker Wisp and attack them for 1. Got a lot of mana. They don't have enough mana to Ugin me quite yet. Well, that's enough mana to Ugin me. It's enough mana to Ulamog me. Also enough mana to Golos me, I suppose. It's just gonna get like Glimmer Post, gain a billion life. Kragus their Golos, never winning the game. Not sure. That's fine. And by fine, I mean we're super dead. Can't even attack it to 3/5. We're so dead. Revoke it and cry. I mean, I guess. They just have. They already have. They have. So we're gonna port, and they're gonna have enough mana to. I'm scared of. We're gonna port them, and they're going to, in response, activate this Eye of Ugin, and then have 10 mana to Ulamog me. Okay, this game's over. Yeah. let's move on with our lives. We should run more Wastelands. Definitely misplay. How much do I need for Maverick List? Forget what's down at the bottom, but probably 8, if I'm not mistaken. 10 is for, like, bullshit decks. 8 is for, like, normal Legacy decks. Let's cut these mother runes. They don't seem very good. What is a bullshit deck? Anything I'd play? That's probably a reasonable qualifier on that one. But bullshit deck is, like, mostly, like, hand wavy. I made it so that, like, I couldn't just get, like, memed on. You'd have to, like, pay for the entire league if it's just, like, this deck is a shit pile. I don't know if it'll actually perform well. I believe I named it the Moxel tax. So Moxel can't, like, donate bullshit. We probably just cut plows. Where's Oko and Taxes? I need to fucking just, like, stream an Oko and Taxes league for fun. I don't even know what Golos post looks like. There's so many cards in my deck that, like, aren't very good. Thalia's not great. Plow's okay. Like, Prelate's okay. Probably worth just hitting the submit button and trying to draw Cataclysm. Competitively viable and, like, proven to be so, I think, would probably be, like, a more legitimate qualifier. Because, like, there are certainly people like, play and invent, like total, like, shit pile looking decks that perform admirably. Has done well in events in the past. It's definitely just a case by case basis of a qualifier. Like, I'm not gonna give, like, hard ground rules on it. Feel free to show me a list, and I will tell you if it qualifies as an $8 list or a $10 list if you are donating for it. I already, like, forgot how I mulligan. Hey, this hand's pretty good. It's got Wasteland and a Cataclysm. Just need to draw a bunch more lands. We lost a zoo, like, 3 weeks ago or something. Opponent mulligan to 5. Yes. Yes. We have a chance. What's a $40 list? I don't think anything's a $40 list. I think it only goes up to 12, right? Any deck Orin plays qualifies as a $10 deck. Weeks ago, 10 years ago, yeah. It was a weird league. We got Tribal Flames. No, we can't wasteland this. It's got Indestructible. We can wasteland it, but we can't, wasteland it. We can't destroy it with a wasteland. Everybody has a price to play trash. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate. $40 list would definitely have to be certainly something. How much for a modern deck in a Legacy League? Yeah, probably like, what, $15, $20 or something? Depends on the modern deck. Yeah, if Tribal Flames is my deck, definitely a $10 league. Or yes, Revoking the Candelabra is definitely the play here. I was thinking about if revealing this Wasteland matters. I don't think it does. Because we're playing its post, and like if we draw Port, there's definitely potential to want to like Port plus Wasteland the following turn. Yes, I have $12 currently to like play a non-Legacy League with like most decks. Candelabra. What about a 2011 standard list in a Legacy League? Woof. Yeah, that's probably like, what, 20, 25. It's just like getting less and less competitive as time goes on. So not for Divine Intervention Miracles. Isn't that like that, like, is it that 8 mana, like, draw the game spell? Or am I mistaken on which card Divine Intervention is? Eventually done Stoneforge? I don't know. Candelabra was kind of scary. And we have a Aether Vial. Candelabra probably wasn't scary this turn, but now my Rogue are super dead. Also because I'm like absolutely not paying attention to this game anymore. I got too invested in chat talking about bad decks to continue to play this game of Magic. $25 standard Legacy League. I mean, yeah. I mean, go for it. If you wanna donate $25 to make me play a 2011 standard deck in a Legacy League. Now, 2020 standard deck in a Legacy League is probably a different story because 2011 standard sounds more powerful. I might actually be mistaken though, because 2019, 2020 was actually pretty broken. So that might actually be wrong. I have to look at the list. Mono Black Devotion Legacy League, is it just like standard Mono Black? I guess we attack into those. They're just gonna like ping it otherwise, right? It's a good check. The deck isn't legal. I don't know which 2011 standard decks look like. God, everyone's asking me so many questions. I'm not paying any attention to this game anymore. Wow, they just took it. Nice. Definitely did not expect that to happen. I'm trying to like fucking cast this Cataclysm, which means I think we just want to play Mirror Crusader and just dumpster them. Game from 2011 called Phyrexia Mana. Yeah, but like, what? Just like mental misstep is the card, I guess. Oh yeah, 2020 we get to play Oko. We could probably just like win games anyway. Nice. Now we just get to absolutely dunk on them. We just get to 12 them here. I guess they were playing around second Revoker, but I will absolutely take that. I think we're going to leave our Vial on 2 in case of us casting this Cataclysm the following turn. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, cool. We did it. Won that game despite my best efforts. God, I've not been paying enough attention to chat. Blue-green food is first Cobblade. Yeah, Oko is pretty broken. Like, I mean, the thing that made Cobblade good was like Jace the Mind Sculptor and Stoneforge Mystic, right? And like, Oko just is like by far and away better than all those cards. And we get like Veil of Summer, which is, I don't know, probably good against the blue-white deck. I don't know what was in mana leaks and stuff, right? If it doesn't turn to Oko, it just gets leaked. You just Veil of Summer the leak. Easy. Play Mythic Conscription. That sounds legacy cards. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's play some Magic. We have a game 3 where we're on the draw against a green 12th post. I probably sideboarded super wrong. Maybe not super wrong, but probably incorrectly. And it's possible a number of these Thalias want to come out instead of some of these Plows, especially on the draw. It's possible we do want some number of Plows to just try to like push damage through like random idiots that they have. I imagine their deck has like Thought-Knots at least post board, although I don't know if they want it against me. They are like a little bit annoyed by Thalia. I don't know if it's like I want 4 of them on the draw annoyed. Put 2 Mirage draft decks together with 5 cards at random. You decide what cards go on the sideboard, what go in the main deck before entering the league. How much would that cost me? I don't know. At this point, we're just getting to, like, people are just, like, wasting their money watching me, like, 0-10, like, 0-5, 0-10 a league. So there's probably, like, a cap. It just depends on, like... Use that for them. Oh, man, I was so excited for a Mirage constructed PTQ when I saw that. Man, I was about to drive up and play in that. I'm so disappointed that it was a typo. How much is worth the time to entertain your loyal fan base? I don't even know what Mirage block constructed would look like, but I was all about like learning to do it. We got a Wasteland and a Port and a Vial and these other pretty good cards. I'm into this hand. I watch the removing random cards on the sideboard part, then probably leave. Yeah, exactly. So like it at some point is like detrimental to the content that I'm producing because it's just like we're doing like meme donations, right? Meme donations that are just like some people are gonna like watch me get dumpstered. Like that's not super enjoyable, but it's also like funny to a certain extent. Paying to troll the viewers. Yeah, that sounds great. Or maybe not great, but it's good. Congrats on my vintage draft. Oh yeah, the vintage rotisserie draft I did last weekend. That was dope. Vintage rotisserie draft made my head hurt a lot. But it was really fun. It's like they can cast and tail through the tap and deck full one. I don't know. We're talking about Mirage block constructed in chat still? Oh god. Can't revoke that. The question if they've dimension jumped. It would be kind of funny to get reactions from opponents. Oh, we drew second Wasteland? Damn, we might have a chance this game. We doing it. I'm just gonna like Wasteland every one of my opponent's lands. Oh, Shadowborn Apostle. Yeah. No win con. Oh god. That okay. You gotta donate a lot for that. No win con. Divine Intervention Miracles. So our win con is literally our clock, right? I would lose every match. 3 casual league matches. Just like go into like the two person queue. Opponent, please play things like in Wasteland. I can't Wasteland those. You draw every match. But yeah, but wouldn't that not help you on Moto? Because then your clock would just... You'd go into the next game and your clock would slowly tick down, and I'm very bad at playing fast games of Magic, as displayed by the differential in clocks here. I think I just want to play Thalia here. Like approximately the same as porting. It's worse than porting if my opponent has Rejuvenator, but I think they're gonna like they want me to Cloudburst to play tapped here anyway or something. But we have another 2 to play, so yeah, I think I do want to Thalia here. Yeah, opponent's mean. Playing around my Wastelands like a jerk. I mean, they can implement draw. They've implemented draws on Moto. Like you can draw a game and you go to like a game 4 or something. So imagine every game that I like won with a Divine Intervention where it draws the game and you just go to the next one and it would keep going until someone's clock right now, or I get 2 losses. That would be absolutely miserable. That'd probably be the most miserable out of the things people have suggested so far. Just because it'd just be the waste of the most time. That's mean. Yeah, that tracks. Well, now we get to just Wasteland plus Port. Get the fuck out of here. force the game forward against burn once. I think I might have played a game before like once in my life. Definitely not common. So do we just like blind name or Ballista with this Revoker? Probably. Ooh, another wastelandable thing. Deflecting Bomb. I was thinking of that Legacy Burn with Flame Rift, but yeah, that works. Walking Ballista. Stop playing Cloud Posts, opponent. I said stop playing Cloud Posts. What am I recruiting for? Just like Wisps, just making like a army in a can. We have Ballista turned off, so not a bad plan. Wow, that was a choice. Why are Brainstorm Ponder Band and Vintage not Legacy? I mean, because the cards in Vintage are just more powerful. Like when you give people the ability to brainstorm and ponder aggressively into their broken restricted cards. Wow, this Crucible Worlds is kind of a bummer, ain't it? Don't have a really in Relic Order. We can get a Flicker Wisp and stop it for one turn, which might not be worth it. Definitely getting a Flicker Wisp regardless. Revoke the Crucible. We can actually Flicker Wisp our own Recruiter and then get on the Flicker Wisp on end step and then Flicker Wisp that. That might be the play. Let's see what we draw. Is Cleric gone? Ah, balls. That was a good play, wasn't it? That would have been a smart play. Didn't even think about that. Can still do it. No, because we can't. The Recruiter's going to come back on end step, and now we can't flash in our Cleric. I think the play now is hit them for 3, cast Wisp on Recruiter, get a Wisp, end step Wisp this Crucible, and just have like 9 power in play, and like stop the Crucible for a turn, and hope that that's good enough. Crucible 2 turns to be relevant. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So I'm hoping this is going to be good enough. Especially because we have Ballista turned off, so Ballista's not nearly as threatening my army of one-toughness creatures. We do give them the ability to cast their spells here because we didn't port them, but can't cast something too threatening. They're casting Rejuvenator. Sure. They only have 2 Cloud Posts left in their deck. Yeah. We'll see if it doesn't do it. Just like makes another forest or something. Flicker on draw step. Yeah. I don't think there's like a big difference. Just so we thought you forgot it. We could potentially get punished by like Crossing Grip, right? That's a deck that That's a card that this deck like reasonably plays sometimes. They like just like Crossing Grip my file as soon as they get priority. We just get wrecked. Still seems worth. So we can attack for 7 into this Rejuvenator. They block the Revoker, but we can Revoker the Ballista. And then they'll take 7, go to 8, and we'll have enough to kill them, probably? We draw a card? I don't think so, because I think I want to cast a 2-drop and port them. Planning it's supposed to sort of tempo them out. Kind of. It's mostly aggro with, like, Wastelands, which I guess is technically kind of tempo, but it's basically just trying to keep Tron off of Tron and kill them before they can rebuild it. We do draw a card, but, like, I don't think opponent that matters. I don't know. They're at 5 lands. That's kind of a lot. I'll like cast an Ugin, like our small Ugin. I don't think I want them to cast any spells next turn. I think I just want them to die. They have one. I guess they only have 1 card in hand. I'm a little scared of like, so they can't like Karn Bridge me. They don't have enough mana for that. I think we just attack with everything here, and then replay our Revoker on blocking Ballista, and then port them. Two Ballistas, yeah, that would definitely get us. Crop rotation? What's this gonna get? I can't cast Ugin 6 because we're gonna port them, right? I guess if we do cast the Stoneforge, then Ugin isn't relevant. It seems pretty good for us. It's gotta be a real sick Once Upon a Time hit. Looking smart now. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. I mean, we're a little bit too far along in the story for Once Upon a Time, I think. I think Once Upon a Time I wanted to happen a lot sooner for a good story. Elvish Rejuvenator, they can cast it, they're not dead. They have a lot of mana too. This is scary. But they have 1 draw step. We can beat a lot. I will not activate the mouse ability. I guess we just take a draw with Canopy here. There's no reason not to. Valen 3 sucks. This Valen 3 does suck. It's really good with our Recruiter of the Guard, though. And then we'll take a draw. I don't think that's very good. Thoughts on? I don't like. I think if you want to play Heliod combo, you definitely like, and like E-Tutor is not good. You're gonna be in your Chalice deck, and you want your combo piece to do something else when it's not comboing. So, and Heliod is very bad when it's not combo with Locking Ballista. I don't want to trade off this Revoker because we could easily just lose to... how much mana are they going to have? If we port their Cloud Boast, they can play a Cloud Boast and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So they still can't even big Ugin me. If they little Ugin me, they're still dead to Wisp. So I think we just attack with Recruiter Wisp here. And just port a Cloud Post. Because if we don't port a Cloud Post and we play like an idiot, they get 2, 4... no, they have 3 Cloud Posts. They have like 8 trillion mana. Oh no, I miscounted mana. So they have 3 Cloud Posts. We port 1, so they have 3. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we're not dead to Ugin anyway, because this Revoker will attack them for 2 and kill them. So we're not dead to the Ugin anyway. But the port's definitely the play here. Just wondering if attacking with Recruiter matters. Matters if they don't block. I think that's about it. If only we played Bone Splitter. Doesn't that, like... Isn't that 2 mana total? I don't know. We need the 0-drop one. Bone Saw. I don't think attack with this Recruiter matters. I'm trying to think of a world that it does. Gut shot. I would take a gut shot here. Yeah, we don't want to trade the Revoker because Ballista is super bad for us. So I think this attack's fine. They probably just block. Yeah. It's gotta be a really good draw step here. Yeah, Ugin is not an out for them because they're 2 life. They can't Ugin minus because the Revoker will live through it. I don't know what an out here would be for them. Karn Bridge. But we couldn't really play around that. Alright, cool, we did it. I actually killed 2 Planeswalkers in the same turn with 2 gunshots with D&T. That's pretty amazing. 4-1, nice. Played some scary matchups today, too. Fucking played against 2 red-black Ramirs, Dredge, 12 green 12 post, and the mirror. I would say that like none of our matchups today were above 50%, assuming that the mirror is like quote 50%. Even though like usually the if you think you're better in the mirror, you're gonna be more favored, but every deck here with a graveyard except the mirror. Man, that Immortal Glare play was smart. I didn't even think about that. When you started to play D&T to now, at what point did you consistently start thinking about your opponent's outs? I find it so difficult to do that. Yeah, that's definitely a tough skill to develop. I think streaming helps me a lot with that, partially because chat gets to yell at me, and partially because in order to like produce content, I like to talk about my thoughts a lot more, and thus I'm like, how do we usually my thoughts are, if we're in a favorable position, how do we lose? And that's usually how you want to start that line of thought. But at the same time, you never want to delve too far down the rabbit hole when you're not ahead by, like, oh, we lose if we get, like, Terminus into O-Code or whatever, and then, like, you play too, like, safe on the board, and then you don't have enough pressure, and then they don't have the Terminus, and they have other things that they beat you with. So it's a really hard skill to balance. But it's usually just a thing that you get when you are very much ahead. You want to try to figure out how you lose games rather than like the best way to win the game. It just is going to be like the way that the path that loses you the least games. Your streaming helps your Magic playing. I think it does for me at this point. I don't get a lot just by like sitting down and playing a bunch of Magic. Because I don't play nearly enough Magic to do that anymore at this point. After all of the games and matches I have played over like 5-6 years of playing Death and Taxes. At a certain point, a lot of the plays become muscle memory. So being able to sit and vocalize my thoughts, and especially with other people who say, hey, your thoughts actually dumb because you should do this instead. Or not like that, obviously, because that is bad chat etiquette. But like when Patrick was like, do you still have Remorseful Cleric in your deck? I was like, oh yeah, that's actually really good against this Crucible Worlds. And I was like tunneling on this Flickerwaste line. So I like getting input from other people, which is the biggest reason I enjoy streaming. I don't play a lot of Magic outside of streaming usually, just because I find I don't get excited for it on Moto as much. So yeah, I basically talk to myself like I'm streaming when I play MTGO. That's definitely a reasonable thing to do. Just like sit and narrate. Basically, when you make a decision, you want to know why you made this decision over other decisions. That's a big thing that I try to talk about. Sometimes people get like annoyed about it because I do the same thing over and over again. So someone that watches my stream a lot will notice that like I tank on like my first land drop like much more than I should sometimes. Or like when my opponent does something on turn 1 and I don't quite know what they are, I always play the game of what could they be on and try to like deduce, oh, they could be like Sneakage Show or Blue-Red Delver or X, Y, or Z. They're just like, it's good things to always be thinking about, which is why I always try to talk about them which sometimes gets on people's nerves in chat because it gets annoying when I've played my 70th match and I'm like, wow, Skull and Tarn Go, what could they be on? And it's like the same thing I've said like 47 other times. I also like that, Matt Soul. Like looking at a board state, especially if the streamer's tanking, looking at a board state saying this is what I would do, and then when this with and then figure out like why the streamer did something else, or if they did the same thing. Yeah, the big thing is the other big thing is that streaming obviously not great for your play when you're trying to play perfectly. When you're trying to play well, you don't want to be streaming because you're distracted. Like in my game 2, I did not play optimally in my game 2 against Post there because I got really distracted by chat in the middle of it. But being on the outside looking in of games, it's a lot easier to see lines that you wouldn't otherwise see. We're not distracting. How dare you? Chat got really into talking about what I would do for donation deck lists. It was a really fun point of conversation. The game wasn't particularly interesting, so I got bored. Also, the 3 ones in round 5 are like the least stressful for me because it's not like the pressure of trying to 5-0, but it's not like we're trying to get our money back. No win con defining intervention. Oh god, no! I refuse. You'd have to pay me a lot of money to do that. That would be so miserable because I would just time out every match. I would have to be like playing so quickly because my only win con is my opponent timing out before I do, and it would take like 4 hours. How many games per match? And the problem is that eventually I lose, right? Statistically, if the only thing I can do is draw, and the only thing my opponent can do is draw or win, then, like, we can never win. We have to, like, we have to find, like, a good matchup, and then draw a bunch, and then also play really fat. Oh, God, it sounds so fucking miserable. It sounds like the worst thing ever. Yeah, the card costs like 9 trillion mana. Doesn't even pitch to Force of Will. Six games in one match? Wow, yeah, that's impressive. I lost 1, 2, 3. But Blue-Eyed Elixir had a win con. It was Elixir of Immortality. Your opponent decked out, and then you got to win a game. If our deck is Divine Intervention, it literally says the game is a draw. When bad ideas are from another mod, you can't ban them. All right, well, that's enough of that. We had a good end of stream chat there after a pretty quick stream. So let's find someone to host. Twitch.tv. Alright. Oh yeah, Card Kingdom. It's Monday. I always was Card Kingdom. Smart. Is the Breach deck good against other tags? Everyone keeps asking me that. Yeah, rip MTG streams. Everyone keeps asking me that, and I don't know. Because I just legitimately have not played against it enough to know. It hasn't felt that bad in my very limited playtesting, and just like theoretically, my experience with playing against, like, seeing the deck and playing my own deck doesn't seem that threatening. Yeah, generally the faster the deck, the more scared you are of it. And it does have fast starts, but it also is like built to be able to play longer games more than other decks. I think I think I'm scared of it less than I was scared of Ant. But I could be wrong on that mark. Anyway, it's going to be it for our stream tonight. Jeez, what are they playing on card game over here? Oh, it's Breach versus Stacks. Breach versus double ley line, double sphere of resistance. Seems like a rough one. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching today. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoy the start of the week here, and I'll be back on Wednesday for probably more Death and Taxes. I'll see what I can fit in. I do nothing a lot's Maverick League, but we'll work that in the schedule later. Anyway, catch you guys all later.